Hello, Jack. Hopefully you're tuned our way today. And that reception is better than it was last weekend. Also, hello to David Williams in Southampton, or near Southampton. Well, before we get into the GX program, we can play a record whilst I sort out the paperwork, etc. Lots of news for you this month around, so stay tuned to 6.815, the more mature channel. Now from 1973, we've got a record by Chicory Tip. Goes by the title of I Owe You. You're coming up before your very ears right now. Sunday, the 7th of May, 1989. The DX program on Radio East Coast Commercial, collected and compiled by Neil Webb, read by yours truly, Norman Nelson. You are listening to Radio News. And the first radio news relates to offshore news. That means it's World Mission Radio to mention first. World Mission Radio continues its daily broadcast of contemporary religious music and messages from the Ross Revenge on, of course, 6.215. Programs from the Dutch evangelist Johan Marsbar also continue to be heard regularly, as does Tom DeWitt, ex-KBC Radio, who can be heard hosting the 1-hour WMR Goes DX program. The contact address for World Mission Radio is P.O. Box 346, Corona, California, CA 91719 in the United States of America. And if you'd like to contact Johan Marsbar, his address is P.O. Box 44, The Hague, Holland. Radio Caroline can still be heard on 6.215. That's when World Mission Radio is not being aired. Possibly the best time to hear Radio Caroline on the shortwave band is after midnight. The 558 and 819 and also 6.215 kilohertz transmitters have been off the air at various times during the past week, so that additional aerial sections can be added to the ship's antenna mast. The contact address for Radio Caroline is A Partido 146-01752 Playa Diaro, Girona in Spain. Still with the offshore news, the MV communicator. Yes, the old lady, we've heard from a number of sources that despite all the recent wild rumors on the whereabouts of the MV communicator, the vessel is currently anchored up to 25 or maybe about 30 miles from the Ross Revenge. That is the latest information we have regards the whereabouts of the MV communicator. Now on the Radio East Coast Commercial DX program, it's shortwave stations broadcasting from the Republic of Ireland we mention now. First, Jolly Roger Radio. Jolly Roger continues to broadcast on 6230 kilohertz despite the new Irish radio legislations, and was noted on the following occasions: Saturday the 1st, the 8th and 22nd of April with its own programs. Sunday the 2nd, 16th and the 30th of April, Jolly Roger was heard with its own programs and a relay for Radio Marabou International. Jolly Roger Radio is JRR. Please do not use the word radio or Jolly Roger when writing to them on the mailing address. Write to JRR, P.O. Box 39, Waterford in the Republic of Ireland. There are two addresses you can contact Radio Marabou, and they are as follows: P.O. Box 19074, 3501 DB, Utrecht in Holland. Or you can contact Radio Marabou at P.O. Box 220342, D5600, Wuppertal 22 in West Germany. Next we mention, out of Ireland, Radio Mi Amigo International. Radio Mi Amigo was heard with a rear transmission on 6245. That was Sunday the 9th of April. We have no mailing address for Radio Mi Amigo from Ireland. Premier Radio International, rear broadcast, that was on 6240. Sunday the 30th of April. The last contact address we have for Premier Radio from Ireland is 139 Ballyfermot Road, Dublin 10, in the Republic of Ireland. Another station to mention now, that's Underground Sound. A station calling itself Underground Sound has been heard this morning, broadcasting on 6.870. And they were noted on Sunday the 2nd, 9th, 16th and the 23rd of April. The voice behind the microphone was, according to many Seasons Free radio listeners, that of a former easily recognisable free radio operator from the city of Dublin. That's Underground Sound, heard on 6.870, and we have no mailing address for that station from Ireland. Now a shortwave station broadcasting from Northern Ireland, that's Triangle Nighttime Radio. Jack Russell of Weekend Music Radio tells us that he heard Triangle Nighttime Radio broadcasting on 6.273. That was on Saturday evening, the 29th of April. This was with a relay of the station's local 98.50 MHz FM transmission to the Coleraine area of Northern Ireland. The mailing address for Triangle Nighttime Radio is care of the Strand Hotel, Strand Road, Port Stewart, Northern Ireland. Now we come to Irish medium wave and FM news. A few medium wave and FM stations continue to be heard in parts of the Irish Republic. Must fix the teeth. Our friends at NRH UK in Blackpool have kindly sent us the following station information. First, Monaghan, Radio Star Country continues to be heard on 981 kilohertz medium wave, that is. Donegal, Northside Radio can be heard broadcasting on 846 kilohertz medium wave. Dundalk, Kiss FM can be heard there occasionally on 98 megahertz FM and 103.70. Amtrax FM in Dundalk, they can be heard occasionally on 101.75. And an unidentified station was also heard on 106 megahertz FM. In Dublin, there are 5 stations in and around the Dublin area. These stations are Radio Dublin on 101 megahertz, although it's believed that some test transmissions were made on 1188 kilohertz. The return of the medium wave service proper on Friday the 28th of April. Eamon Cook also suggests that he hopes to get a shortwave outlet back on the air soon, but to date nothing has been heard of Radio Dublin on the shortwave band. Premier Radio from the Dublin area on Premier 212. They can be heard occasionally using 1413 kilohertz and on an FM channel around about 104 megahertz. That's Premier 212. 104 is reported to be broadcasting in the Dublin area on 98.85 and also on another frequency around about 104 megahertz. Radio Martina can be heard broadcasting in the Dublin area on 103.65 and also 104.25 megahertz. Radio City in the Dublin area, this is reported to be broadcasting occasionally on 104.75. If you know of any other Irish stations that are still broadcasting in defiance of the latest Irish radio legislation, then we would like to hear from you with details of the information that you have. Don't forget, our mailing address, as always, is P.O. Box 5, Hunstanton, Norfolk, PE 365AU in England. We'd like to hear from you, the listener, if you happen to know of anything going on in Ireland that you would like us to put over the airwaves to publicise any radio station that is still managing to get on the air in Ireland. Let us know at RECC, P.O. Box 5, Hunstanton, Norfolk, PE 365AU in England. And now we come to our first record in the DX program. It's from the blues band, Maggie's Farm. The lead vocals are Paul Jones. You heard that today on Radio East Coast Commercial. Very glad to have your company here. Hopefully the signal's getting through to you okay today. We are not broadcasting in the 26-meter band this Sunday. Unfortunately, we are unable to broadcast in the 26-meter band with our 12-watt transmitter, So hopefully, yes, you can hear us on 6.815. If you are hearing us okay, drop us a signal report, and in return we'll send you a QSL card or whatever. The mailing address is RECC, PO Box 5, Hunstanton, Norfolk, PE 365AU in England. And now a word from Charlie Wolf.
Just got this really nifty, neat catalog from Anorax UK. Got the latest for every free radio enthusiast. Records, T-shirts, tapes, posters, great books on the history of free radio and videos, which is kind of dumb, seeing that this is radio, not TV. But it also features the famed Anorax UK medium-wave loop frame aerial, which sucks in radio signals like a Tasmanian devil with a hoover. Yes, sirree, Bob. A lot of stuff here in this catalog for every free radio enthusiast. Not bad at all. Personally, I think it's a load of rubbish. Not one Anorak in the whole bleeding catalog. I mean, I want a new raincoat, April showers on the way, send in a self-addressed stamped envelope, and they send me a catalog full of free radio gear. Where's all the Anoraks? Anorax UK?
Send a stamped addressed envelope today to Europe's biggest free radio organisation, Anorax UK, Box 539, Blackpool. Of course, if you need a raincoat, you're all wet. You are listening to Radio News.
Yes, some more free radio news on the regular first Sunday in the month DX program, collected and compiled by Neil West. Brings us now to the UK-based shortwave stations to mention. In alphabetical order, that means the first one up is Britain Radio International, BRI. They've been heard broadcasting during April and was heard with its regular second and fourth Sunday broadcasts using 6.232 kilohertz. That was on Sunday the 9th and the 23rd of April. Britain Radio International was also heard with an unscheduled broadcast on 6.232. That was on May Day Bank Holiday, Monday the 1st of May. Contact addresses, two of them for Britain Radio International, either 32 Victoria Road, Salisbury, Wiltshire, SP1 3NG in England, or in Holland you can contact BRI at PO Box 19074 3501 DB, Utrecht in Holland. Next we mention Centre Radio. Jack Russell of Weekend Music Radio tells us that he heard Centre Radio being relayed on 6.278 kilohertz by Radio DX20 on a recent Sunday afternoon. Thought to have been actually Sunday the 16th of April. The station also announced that it was being heard local to the transmission site on 106.40 megahertz FM. Radio Telex had that frequency as 102.40 megahertz. It is believed that Centre Radio is based in or near the East Midlands area of England, but at the moment we have no contact address for Centre Radio. Radio Confusion International. Radio Confusion was heard broadcasting again on 6.317. That was on Sunday the 30th of April. Contact address for Radio Confusion is 32 Victoria Road, Salisbury, Wiltshire, SP1 3NG in England. Delta Radio. Delta Radio has been heard with more broadcasts on 6.275 and was noted on Saturday the 8th and the 15th of April on 6.310. That was on Saturday the 29th. Delta Radio was also heard on Thursday evening the 6th of April with a 1-hour test broadcast from 1750 UTC on 6.280. The broadcast on Saturday the 29th of April was made on 6.310 kilohertz. This, we understand, was due to the fact that the 6.275 kilohertz crystal had burnt out. On May Day Bank Holiday, Delta Radio was heard on the 1st of May, broadcasting on 6.325 kilohertz between 1100 and 1130 UTC, and then they tried a frequency of 8.650. And that was between 11:30 and 1200 hours UTC. And also Delta Radio was heard yesterday, Saturday the 6th of May, on 6.310 kilohertz. That was between 1300 and 1400 hours BST. The mailing address for Delta Radio is PO Box 5, Hunstanton, Norfolk, PE 365AU in England. Pete Edwards will be very interested in a signal report from you regards the signal strength and modulation of Delta Radio. Now we mention Falcon Radio. It is believed that Falcon Radio is currently off the air as a precautionary measure following press reports about the WDF stereo FM transmissions over the Easter holiday period. The contact address, however, for Falcon Radio is MAC, PO Box 109, Northampton in England. Please, when you write to Falcon Radio, do not use the name Falcon Radio on the address. Radio Freedom International. NRX UK's weekly report notes that Radio Freedom International was heard broadcasting on 6.233. That was on Sunday, the 2nd of April. We have no mailing address at the moment for Radio Freedom International. Free Sound Radio International, FRI. Free Sound Radio was heard broadcasting on 6.233. That was on Sunday, the 30th of April, but suffered much interference due to the number of stations attempting to use frequencies between 6.230 and 6.240. The contact address for Free Sound Radio is 32 Victoria Road, Salisbury, Wiltshire, SP1 3NG in England. Radio Gemini. Radio Gemini was heard with another of its excellent, if rare, broadcasts during April, when it was heard using 6.240 on Sunday the 23rd of April. Contact address for Radio Gemini is 32 Fuller Road, Oxmoor, Hemel Hempstead, Hertfordshire, HP1 1QN in England. Radio Gloria. Radio Gloria International. NRX UK's weekly report notes that Radio Gloria was heard broadcasting on 6.290. That was on Sunday the 23rd of April. Contact address for Radio Gloria is 23 South Beechwood, Edinburgh, EH125YR in Scotland. Radio Laser International. This is a new station that was heard broadcasting for the first time on 6.235. That was on Sunday the 23rd of April and was on the air again on the same frequency, 6235, on Sunday the 30th of April and also May Day Bank Holiday, Monday the 1st of May. Contact address for Radio Laser International is PO Box 140, Ashford, Kent in England. Now to mention Radio Orion. The Big O continues to broadcast most Saturday and Sunday mornings and was noted on the following days. Saturday the 1st, 8th, 15th and the 29th. They were using 6.298 kilohertz with its own programs, and also NRX UK's weekly report notes that Radio Orion was also heard on 6232 kilohertz. That was on Saturday the 1st, the 8th and the 15th of April. Sunday the 2nd of April, Orion was heard on 6.298 with its own programs and a relay for 4FWS, the venture known as Swinging Radio England. And they were also heard on 6.233 with a separate relay of Swinging Radio England. Orion was heard Sunday the 9th of April on 6.299 with its own programs and another program relay for Swinging Radio England. During the broadcast on Sunday the 9th of April, Mike Wilson commented that the station used two transmitters in different locations. One appeared to settle on 6.298 and the other on 6.299, despite using the same crystal. Sunday the 16th of April on 6.298 with its own programs, Orion was heard, and also a relay for Swinging Radio England. A relay of UK radios, FM and medium wave broadcast to Wolverhampton and the West Midlands was heard via the facilities of Radio Orion when its 6.290 transmitter was activated during the afternoon of Sunday the 16th of April. Saturday the 22nd of April, Orion was heard on 6.298 with its own programs and a relay for the New Zealand-based station 4IFR. Orion was logged Sunday the 23rd of April with an early morning test broadcast on 6.815 and later on 6.298 with its own programs and another program relay, would you believe, for Swinging Radio England. Radio Telex logged Orion in the afternoon on 6.290 on Sunday the 23rd of April. Sunday the 30th of April, Orion was heard on 6.299 with its own programs and relays for 4IFR and also Swinging Radio England. Another relay of UK radio's FM and medium wave outlet to the Wolverhampton and West Midlands area was heard via the facilities of Radio Orion when its 6.290 transmitter was activated during the afternoon of Sunday, the 30th of April. Radio Orion was also noted with an additional broadcast on 6.299, that was on May Day Bank Holiday, Monday the 1st of March, with a program hosted by Mike Wilson. As we mentioned in one of our earlier mid-month broadcasts, an interesting fact has recently emerged regarding Jeannie, the lady presenter on Swingin' Radio England's programs. Some years ago, she worked for A.B. Nathan on The Voice of Peace. The Swingin' Radio England programs also continue to promote Charter 88, the campaigning group pressing for a written British Constitution and Bill of Rights. The address is now, contact address for Radio Orion, for IFR and UK Radio is PO Box 1280, Rednow, Birmingham, B458SQ in England. Please, when you write to Orion, only use the word Orion, Orion, okay? Or UKR when writing to either of these stations. Do not use the word radio at all, please. The mailing address for Swingin' Radio England and for FWS is PO Box 7, Venus, Texas 76084 in the United States of America. And if you are interested in the Charter 88, they can be contacted at 32 Kingsland Road, London E2 8DQ in England. Now we come to the Scottish Free Radio Network. The Scottish Free Radio Network, shortened, is SFRN. The transmitter has been active regularly during April on 6.320 with the following program relays. Sunday the 9th and the 30th of April, Radio Stellar International and Jock Wilson. Sunday the 16th and the 23rd of April, Radio Stellar International and WLR. Old program tapes from WLR were also heard on Thursday the 27th of April on 7.385 between 1405 UTC and 1410 UTC, and on 7.315 between 1423 and close down at 1448. Anorex UK in Blackpool tell us that they also heard Radio Stellar International broadcasting on 7.315. That was on Sunday the 30th of April. As we will mention later, we heard Superclan Radio on that frequency. It is believed that the Scottish Free Radio Network's transmitter is once again based in Ireland. Contact address for Radio Stellar International is RSI 23 South Beechwood, Edinburgh, EH125YR in Scotland. The mailing address for WLR is 21 Green Park, Bath, Avon, BA11HZ in England. Next to mention on the DX program is Total Control Radio. Anorex UK's weekly report notes that Total Control Radio was heard broadcasting on 6.310. That was on Saturday, the 8th of April, and on 6.200 kilohertz on Sunday, the 23rd of April. The contact address of Total Control Radio is Boit Postal 130 92504, Ruelle Malmaison, Sidex in France. At this stage, a point to note is that Delta Radio, the British station Delta Radio, is at the moment proposing to use 6.310 kilohertz on a Saturday, so hopefully we won't have any cross-up with anybody else using that frequency. Delta Radio do propose to use 6.310. Right, continuing, we now mention Weekend Music Radio. WMR was noted with a very brief test broadcast on 6.306. That was on Sunday the 16th of April. In this short transmission, Jack Russell commented that WMR had received lots of reception reports from the United States of America for its recent broadcast on 15045 kilohertz in the 19-meter band. The station had even received a report from Victoria in Australia. Jack Russell added that WMR had been broadcasting on medium wave during the early hours of Sunday the 16th of April, around about 0100 hours UTC, and had received reports from as far away as the West Midlands. WMR was on the air again on Sunday the 30th of April when 6.310 was used for a short live transmission. WMR is, of course, based in Bonnie, Scotland, as is borne out by Jack Russell's very distinctive accent. The contact address for Weekend Music Radio is 42 Aaron Close, Cherry Hinton, Cambridge, CB1 4JH in England. We Guy Radio. WGR was noted with a very rare broadcast on 6.203. That was on Saturday, the 1st of April. The station also claimed to be broadcasting on 50 kilohertz long wave and 112.50 megahertz FM. This was obviously some form of April Fool's Day stunt. We have no mailing address for We Guy Radio. WG Radio. Anyway, to continue, WFRL, Wonderful Free Radio London. Oh, thanks for the reference to that from Radio Telex. Yes, We Guy Radio. Got you there, yeah. Right, WFRL, Wonderful Free Radio London. WFRL has been heard with several transmissions during April and was noted on the following occasions. That was Sunday the 2nd of April on 7.385, Sunday the 9th of April on 6.275, and the contact address for WFRL, Wonderful Free Radio London, is P.O. Box 5, Hunstanton, Norfolk, PE 36 5AU in England. Radio 48. Radio 48 was heard with a rare broadcast. That was on 6.280 on Sunday the 9th of April. Contact address for Radio 48 is either 32 Victoria Road, Salisbury, Wiltshire, SP1 3NG in England, or the alternate address for Radio 48 is P.O. Box 190743501, DB, Utrecht in Holland. You are tuned to 6.815. This is the regular DX program from Radio East Coast Commercial. Now we have a musical interlude from the group known as Liquid Gold. Norman Nelson. Now I've got a couple of listeners' letters to give a mention to now, and the first one comes from our regular listener and writer to us. He has written every week now. This is fantastic. David Williams, thanks yet again for your letter. And David lives 11 Chamberlain Road, Highlands Estate, Burlesdon, near Southampton, Hampshire, England. And the letter is addressed the date is Sunday the 30th of April, last Sunday. And that you start off, can we tell you the title of our theme tune, which opens up the station on Sunday morning? As you say, you would very much like to get hold of the record. Well, I've got a feeling it's been deleted, David. but I'll give you the information over the air now, and I'll also pass it on to you in a letter back to you. The theme tune of our station, of Radio East Coast Commercial, is Woman. Okay, W-O-M-A-N, women or woman, say it as you will. The date of the record was 1974. It's by the Alfie Kahn Sound Orchestra, and it's on Atlantic Records, and the number is K10894. That actually is the B-side. The A-side of this record is Law of the Land, and that is number K10894. That's the A-side, and the B-side, of course, is K18094B. The side that is our theme is called Woman by Alfie Kahn and his Sound Orchestra. Okay, David, well, I'll pass that information on to you in your letter. Right, and it continues, this letter from David Williams, with something of interest, and it continues with, the other day I was looking through some old copies of Free Radio Focus, the magazine. I don't remember that one actually, David, but no doubt you've sort of been taking magazines more than I have. And you say the publication of many years ago. Wonder what happened to the editor of that magazine. Went under the name Mark Dizan, or Dizani. Mark Dizani. Well, I don't know what happened to him. Does anybody out there know? And you were saying in this publication you was looking at some of the free radio stations that were on the 48 meter band in 1977, like Radio Wonderland, which used 6.240. Other stations that I remember writing to so many years ago were the Skull and Bones radio system with Gary St. John, European Music Radio with Barry Stevens, Radio Zodiac, Playboy Radio, to name but a few. How many listeners of Radio East Coast Commercial remember those stations, I wonder? Well, there you go. If you're out there and you remember any of those stations, Radio Zodiac, Playboy Radio, the Skull and Bones radio system with Gary St. John, and also Radio Wonderland. Write in and let us know any of those stations, as does David Williams. Many thanks for your signal report. Again, well, it wasn't exactly a signal report, it was more a letter this time. Many thanks for that, David. And I'd like to say hello to George Caney, out there, very well known name, I believe, regards the, yes, what is it? The Offshore Echoes magazine, I believe. George said he heard our transmission on the 16th of April on 11.515 into 6434332. Okay, George, I'll be writing back to you very soon also. You are listening to Radio News. Yes, we've got plenty more radio news on the DX program from Radio East Coast Commercial. The DX program is collected and compiled by Neil West, read by yours truly, Norman Nelson. We come now to the Continental Free Radio stations. Radio Black Power was mentioned first. Radio Black Power is believed to be the station that was heard broadcasting on 7.315. That was on Sunday the 19th of March. And not as thought by some to be Radio Black Shadow, as our friend out there, Norbert Scheel in Berlin, thought he heard. Radio Telex has commented that during this broadcast, the operator of Radio Black Power apologized for his poor English, which was because he only had 1 hour of English language lessons each week at his school. Radio Black Power has been heard broadcasting again on 7.315, and were noted on Saturday the 1st of April and also the 15th of April, and also Sunday the 2nd, 9th and the 16th, and also the 23rd. The contact address for Radio Black Power is P.O. Box 24, 7260AA, Ruurlo in Holland. Now it's Radio Bridget to have a mention. They've been heard with more broadcasts during April and were noted on 6.550, that was on Sunday the 2nd and the 23rd, and they also were heard on 6.312, that was on... and also 7.481 kilohertz on Saturday the 22nd of April. The contact address for Radio Bridget, please do not use the word radio on the address, just write to Bridget Van Gelder, P.O. Box 107954ZG, Roveen in Holland. Radio California. Radio California was heard broadcasting on 6.281. That was on Sunday the 23rd of April with its own programs and relays for Radio Limit International and a new tape station called Radio Chaos. And the address for all three of these, that is Radio California, Radio Limit and Radio Chaos, write to P.O. Box 220342, D5600, Wuppertal 22 in West Germany. Radio Colombo. Radio Telex reports Radio Colombo was heard broadcasting on 6.267. That was on Sunday the 9th of April. The contact address for Radio Colombo is P.O. Box 102, Beek Bergen in Holland. I'll spell that word. It is Bravo Echo Echo Kilo Bravo Echo Romeo Golf Echo November. Beek Bergen in Holland. Radio Del Mare. Radio Telex reports that Radio Del Mare was heard with a very rare broadcast that was on 6.207 on Saturday the 1st of April. And was asked, why do they always test on April the 1st, April Fool's Day? However, the contact address for Radio Del Mare, if it really was them, is P.O. Box 36 B2050, Antwerp in Belgium. Still on the continent, Radio East Coast Holland, RECH. They were heard broadcasting on the unusual frequency of 7.280. That was on Sunday the 2nd of April. The Radio East Coast Holland transmitter was active again on 7.490. That was on Sunday the 30th of April when a program relay was carried for Radio CLCG, the Clandestine Listeners Club, Germany. Contact address for Radio East Coast Holland is P.O. Box 536, 7900 AM Hogeveen in Holland. And the mailing address for Radio CLCG, the Clandestine Listeners Club, Germany, is CLCG, P.O. Box 540101, D4100, Duisburg 11, West Germany. Please, when writing to the Clandestine Listeners Club, just put CLCG. Do not use the word radio. Next up, we mention the Free Radio Service Holland. FRSH was heard with another of its excellent monthly transmissions on 6.240. That was on Sunday the 16th of April. The contact address for the Free Radio Service Holland is P.O. Box 417700 AA Diedemsvaart in Holland. And hello to Peter Verbruggen. I wonder if you tuned our way today, Peter. Now it's Radio Caribou. Radio Caribou is now using the well-known Free Radio Campaign Finland address and be contacted by writing to Radio Caribou, care of P.O. Box 82, 40101. Yes, well, I'll spell this well-known Free Radio Campaign address. The next word is Juliet, Yankee, Victor, Alpha, Sierra, Kilo, Yankee, Lima, Alpha. Jaivalska in Finland. Okay, right, we'll leave it like that. Next up, it's Radio Loose. Radio Loose has been heard regularly on 7.375 during April and was heard on the following occasions. Sunday the 2nd of April with its own programs and a relay for Radio Scorpio. Radio Loose was logged on Sunday the 9th, 16th and the 23rd of April. This was with its own programs and relays for Radio Waves International. Contact address for Radio Loose and Radio Waves International is Boîte Postale 130-92504, Ruelle Malmaison, Sidex in France. And the mailing address for Radio Scorpio is P.O. Box 19074, 3501 DB, Utrecht in Holland. Not to be confused with Caribou, it's Marabou. Okay, Radio Marabou. That's Mike Alpha Romeo Alpha Bravo Uniform. Radio Marabou International. They were heard broadcasting on 6.243. That was on Sunday the 2nd of April. Two contact addresses for Radio Marabou. First one is P.O. Box 220342, D5600, Wuppertal 22 in West Germany. or they can be contacted at PO Box 19074 3501 DB, Utrecht in Holland. Radio Mi Amigo. Radio Telex reports that a new station called Radio Mi Amigo from Sluis in Holland was heard with another test transmission on 6.296. That was on Sunday the 9th of April. The station having been on air for the first time on Saturday the 18th of March. Contact address for Radio Mi Amigo, Sluis, is PO Box 854527ZH, Sluis in Holland. If I've said that word correct, I will spell it. It is Sierra Lima, Uniform, India, Sierra. Radio Telex also adds that this address was previously used by the former Dutch radio station, Radio Nova, also based in Sluis, but understands that the two stations are not connected with one another. Radio Rainbow, Germany. Radio Telex reports that Radio Rainbow, Germany has, or was heard, broadcasting on 6.314. That was on Sunday the 9th of April. Contact address for Radio Rainbow, Germany is PO Box 65027, Rotterdam in Holland. Another musical interlude on the DX program today. This is Willie Henderson.
Solway free radio scene, but also features on radio topics, apparat news and stories.
Holland.
Keep yourself in the picture and subscribe now. All you have to do is sending £5 or 17.5 German marks for an annual subscription, or one ISC for a sample copy to this address. Apparat Holland, PO Box 41 7700 AA Dedemsvaart in the Netherlands. Apparat DX, your radio guide through the 80s.
FRS goes DX. Publication really worth subscribing to.
You are listening to Radio News.
And the free radio news keeps coming down your ears from Radio East Coast Commercial. And we continue now, still on the continent. It's Radio SUD. SUD, Sierra Uniform Delta, Radio SUD. NRX UK's weekly report notes that they heard a station calling itself Radio SUD International broadcasting on 6.235. That was on Sunday the 2nd of April. We have no mailing address for that Radio SUD. Superclan Radio. Superclan was heard with another rear transmission. That was on Sunday the 30th of April when they used 7.315. The contact address for Superclan Radio is PO Box 7315, Amsterdam in Holland. I'm wondering if that is a misprint. Never mind. It could be, but there again, I think the frequency's got in there again. Never mind. 7315, it says Amsterdam in Holland, the mailing address for Superclan Radio. Radio Tower. Radio Tower was heard broadcasting on 6.240. That was on Sunday the 9th of April after being missing from the band for several weeks. And Radio Tower was heard again on Sunday the 16th of April. This was following the close down of the free radio service Holland. The contact address for Radio Tower is PO Box 19074 3501 DB, Utrecht in Holland. The Voice of the Netherlands was heard broadcasting on 7.490 kilohertz. That was on Sunday the 9th and the 30th of April. And the mailing address for the Voice of the Netherlands is PO Box 6697900 AR, Hogeveen in Holland. The Voice of the Netherlands and the Blonde Pirate. Now, I've got a tape here sent to me by the Blonde Pirate and the Voice of the Netherlands, if I can actually find it. And I'll give you a whirl of this. So this is how they were hearing us out there in Holland last Sunday. Sent to us by the Blonde Pirate. I appreciate this very much. Just let you hear what the signal report, or what the signal was like from Radio East Coast Commercial on 6.815 in Hogeveen in Holland. Many thanks for sending this, the Blonde Pirate, on the Voice of the Netherlands. that's it for today. You know how the reception here is in Holland, Hogeveen. Greetings from us to your station, and goodbye. And go further with this fantastic program from your people there in England. Greetings from the Philips Netherlands, and I'm hoping that you enjoy the time. Greetings and goodbye. That's it for today. Thanks then to the blonde pirate out there on the Voice of the Netherlands, and I'm very pleased with the recording you sent us of our transmission last Sunday. Thanks a lot, the blonde pirate. Okay, back here we are on the TX program. And now we mention Radio Waves International. Radio Waves International, they've been heard broadcasting regularly during April on 7.440 and was noted on the following occasions. Sunday the 2nd of April with its own programs and program relays for Radio Loose and Star International. Sunday the 9th of April, Radio Waves with its own programs and a program relay for the New Zealand-based station 4IFR and also Radio Limit International. NRX UK's weekly report notes that from 1100 hours UTC, a program relay from Radio Mirage International was heard for a short period until a tape problem cropped up and the transmission suddenly switched back to more of Radio Waves International's own programming. Sunday the 16th of April, Radio Waves International with its own programs and a program relay for Radio Marabou International and Radio Limit International. Various contact addresses for the various phones that come from the Radio Waves transmitter. Oh, incidentally, I forgot to mention that on Sunday the 23rd of April, Radio Waves was logged with its own programs and a relay for Jolly Roger Radio. Anyway, the addresses. Address for Radio Waves International, Radio Loose and 4IFR is Bois Cristal 130-92504. Ruelle Malmaison, Sidex in France. The mailing address for Jolly Roger Radio, please note it's just JRR, PO Box 39, Waterford in the Republic of Ireland. The mailing address for Mirage International is PO Box 2778, N9001, Elverhoy, Oslo, Norway. The mailing address for Star International is SI 231 Loose Road, Maidstone, Kent, ME1570R. The address for Radio Limit International is PO Box 2203 42 Wuppertal 22 in West Germany. And the mailing address for Radio Marabou International is either PO Box 1907-43501 DB Utrecht in Holland or the Wuppertal, Germany, West Germany address as well for them. Well, it seems like Radio Waves is becoming an outlet for one heck of a lot of relay material again, tape programs. Right, and now we come to a section which was taken from Radio Telex, and it is headed Radio Claymore. They were heard on 7.310, that was on the 23rd of April, with their own programs and also a relay for a new space station called Radio Vanessa. And Radio Claymore used the Wuppertal 22 West Germany address also. Excuse me. And Union Radio were heard on 7.373. That was on Saturday the 22nd and Sunday the 23rd of April. The address for Union Radio is believed to be PO Box 589, 7900 AM, Hogeveen in Holland. And Voice of Dope, that's a good name for a station. Voice of Dope were heard on 6.240. That was Sunday the 23rd of April. And the address for the Voice of Dope is PO Box 65027, 300 PA, Rotterdam in Holland. Okay, another musical interest in your ears on Radio East Coast Commercial. It's an old, powerful group from Ireland called singer Van Morrison. From 1964, Baby, Please Save News. As we've said for the past several months, we would like to expand future programs to include details of Dutch medium wave stations which normally broadcast in the area of the medium wave band above 1610 kilohertz. It would be greatly appreciated if anyone in Holland or the rest of Europe, for that matter, who listens to these stations regularly could send us the details of what stations they have heard on the air. We've got 5 stations that have been listed in Radio Telex during April, and they were as follows. Radio Crystal on 1620, that was on Saturday the 1st of April. Possible contact address for this Radio Crystal is PO Box 224, 7440 AE, Nischeverdale. We'll spell it, yeah. Holland. The name of the place is November, India, Juliet, Victor, Echo, Romeo, Delta, Alpha, Alpha, Lima. And that's in Holland. Next one is Radio Carrier Wave. Quite suitable on 1620. That was on Sunday the 9th of April with programs from former Radio Pamela international DJ Steve Most. Good heavens above. The contact address for Radio Carrier Wave is PO Box 2188 3000 CD, Rotterdam. Radio London was heard on 1618 kilohertz. That was on Saturday the 15th of April, and the mailing address for that Radio London is PO Box 669900 AR, Hogeveen in Holland. Here's a good one. Radio, I'm not even going to try and say this, I'm going to spell it for you. It's Radio November Oscar Oscar India Tango Golf Echo Delta Alpha Charlie Hotel Tango. Say that how you will. They were heard on 1620. That was on Sunday the 16th of April. The mailing address for that station is PO Box 186 7240 AD, Lochem in Holland. And finally, for the Dutch medium wave selection this month, we have Radio Baroness. They were heard on 1611 medium wave, Sunday the 23rd of April. The mailing address for Radio Baroness is PO Box 73716 AB, Need in Holland. And we thank Radio Telex for that list of Dutch medium wave news as regards the stations that operate on the frequency above 1610 kilohertz. Okay, so as we've said many times before, if you listen regularly to free radio stations and would like to contribute information to this program, the DX program, Radio East Coast Commercial, we would be most interested to hear from you regards the free radio stations you can hear. It doesn't matter whether they are FM stations, medium wave, short wave, or whatever, or from what country. And don't forget, our mailing address, as always, is RECC, PO Box 5, Hunstanton, Norfolk, PE 36 5AU in England. Now we come to the unidentified bumps and bangs on the shortwave band throughout the month of April. Not too many, actually. An unidentified station that was heard on Sunday the 2nd of April on 6.319 at 0941 UTC with an off-air recording of KYUU, followed later by another airing of Radio Caroline's Story. That was on the 2nd of April, Sunday, using 6.319. Anybody know what that was? Then an unidentified station heard on Sunday the 9th of April, using 11.430 lower sideband at 0844 UTC. This is according to Radio Telex. This unidentified station was playing an off-air recording of an American commercial radio station called 100DIX from Baltimore. Anybody know who or what that was on 11.430 at 0844 UTC? Now we move to Saturday, the 15th of April, an unidentified station logged on 6.233 at 10:58 UTC, but this was with a very weak signal. And the final unidentified station, which was heard during April, was on Sunday the 30th, using 6.233 at 0928 for a short period before closing down. Anybody know what that was? Okay, it's approximately 15 minutes after the hour of 12 o'clock. That's British summer time, 12:15. Hopefully you're still able to hear us okay out there on 6.815. Another mention to the fact that we are only broadcasting in the 44 meter band this Sunday. Our 26 meter band transmitter will be active again next Sunday. So hopefully you are able to give us a reasonable reception report for 6.815 today. Another musical interlude on the DX program, this time from John Farr. We come now to the West Midlands section of medium wave and FM free radio news from the West Midlands of England. Okay. This section of news actually includes a few late station items carried over from the tail end of March, so hopefully you'll understand that. Right, Centre Radio in the West Midlands. Centre Radio can be heard with regular Sunday broadcasts apart from the Black Country in West Midlands on 99.20 to 99.50 megahertz FM. The station was recently, or has recently been heard, simply announcing itself as CFM. Contact address for Centre Radio is 35A, Broad Street, Kings Winford, West Midlands, DY69LR. Freedom FM, they recommence daily broadcast of the Black Country and the West Midlands on a new frequency of 87.90 megahertz. That was on Sunday the 23rd of April. Some DJs announce the station as Freedom FM, others as Radio Freedom or even Freedom Radio. Contact address for Freedom FM is care of 37, Maslin Place, Hales Owen, West Midlands, B63 3BU in England. Fresh FM, they were heard broadcasting to the West Midlands again on Sunday the 2nd of April on 95 megahertz, but have not been heard again since then. The contact address for Fresh FM is care of Mega Active Department Store, 131/133 Corporation Street, Birmingham, England. Still in the West Midlands, Groove 94 FM. Groove 94 was a new soul, jazz, funk and house music station that was heard for first time on 94 megahertz in the West Midlands on Sunday the 2nd of April, although during the broadcast the station simply called itself 94 FM. Groove 94 has been heard with regular weekend broadcasts since it first came on the air. Some DJs on the station announced the station name as Groove 94, whilst others still just called it 94 FM. Groove 94 has not been heard since Sunday the 16th of April. Contact address is care of Non-Stop Records, 14 St. Martin's House Parade, Bullring, Birmingham, England. Now if I can separate the paper, we'll look at the next page. It's one of those pieces that's stuck together. Right, next we mention KISS FM. KISS FM returned to the FM band and broadcast to a wide area of Birmingham and the West Midlands on Friday evening the 21st of April using a new frequency of 102.30 megahertz and announcing that the station would be broadcasting 24 hours a day. On Saturday the 22nd of April, KISS FM had dropped down the band slightly to 102.20 and was now announcing that this is its broadcast frequency. KISS FM has been heard with an almost regular daily 24-hour schedule since coming back on the air, but has been missing on a few occasions. Contact address for KISS FM is care of Loading Bay Records, 586 Bristol Road, Selly, Birmingham, B29 6BQ. Metro FM. Metro FM continues to broadcast daily to the West Midlands on 104.90 and their transmission is in stereo. Metro FM is care of Non-Stop Records, 14 St. Martin's House Parade, Bullring, Birmingham, England. They have a contact telephone number for Metro FM, which is 0836 695954. Still in the West Midlands, or that area, Outlook, the Cheshire-based religious station Outlook, continues its regular Monday evening broadcast to the West Midlands area of England on 96.80. This station is on the air between 9 p.m. and 10:30 p.m. local time. The station still claims to be broadcasting with 25 kilowatts of power from facilities in the Republic of Ireland. However, the mailing address is Holmes Chapel, PDO, Cheshire, CW4, 8AE. Rapid Radio returned to the airwaves on 105.9 megahertz. That was Wednesday evening, the 3rd of May. Rapid Radio returned to the airwaves in the West Midlands on 105.9 megahertz, Wednesday evening, the 3rd of May. Now we've got a recording coming up now, and it's on the West Midlands station, Sabotage FM. This is a new West Midlands station which now broadcasting to Birmingham in the West Midlands on 107.10 megahertz on Tuesday the 2nd of May. We haven't the mailing address, but we've got a short tape extract now of the close down announcement of Sabotage FM on 107.10 megahertz. This was on the air Tuesday evening, the 2nd of May.
Well, crowd of people are chill out, see? Because it's just sexuality. Two records are being on my arm from them. But I was putting them in a street. See? I'm a bag of brand new upstairs. Why don't you put up and bring them down here? You know it's already on. It's get right. So all them up is going to get easy. See? And tomorrow, I'm going to look at something. Don't worry yourself, because weekend is the big time. See? You have man right. Big fun, man. I'm going to pass through. You have the man right, bro. You have the man right, Daddy Stone. And the real classic cool. You have the cooking, you know. And the new generation cool. Yeah, a data. International Alpha Gold. Yeah. Are you name Ginger? Your original ginger wine. Chang. Alpha. You also have 008. Great. Yonder is Alpha. See? And no more DJ. When we can remember, tune on the thing. You see? Tune on the thing. Alright. So, all of us there. Right chilling. See? Catch the island in the Maroon. I'll do it to me. Isn't that far? We run things. See? So just cool and drive. See? Peace, love, guidance, art and culture. Rastafari. All of us with them. Hold tight. Good night.
Well, the crucial sound of Sabotage FM. The announcer there, true Rastafarian style on 107.10 megahertz. That was heard on Tuesday, the 2nd of May in the West Midlands area of England. Incidentally, if you're wondering what you're tuned to, this is Radio East Coast Commercial, the regular first Sunday in the month PX program, which is collected and compiled by Neil West, read by yours truly, Norman Nelson. The frequency is 6.815 in the 44 meter band. The mailing address for Radio East Coast Commercial is RECC, PO Box 5, Hunstanton, Norfolk, PE 365, AU in England. And we continue with the FM logging from the West Midlands. Now I note Radio, PHR. They continue to be heard with daily broadcasts to the West Midlands on the frequency of 105.40. Broadcasts are still mono only, but since the first few days of April, PHR has attempted to resume its 24 hours a day schedule, but has been noted to be off the air on numerous occasions. At around about 3 p.m. on Thursday, the 27th of April, PHR was raided by the TCI for the third time. The station again had all its records, studio and transmission equipment taken. Station manager Paul H. was heard to say that the TCI even took the ashtrays. PHR returned to the FM band with a short test transmission on Sunday afternoon, the 30th of April. And to ask for reception reports on this telephone number, which was 011-544-6685. Normal programs recommenced on 105.20 megahertz the next day, that being May Day Bank Holiday, Monday the 1st of May. Contact address for Powerhouse Radio is care of 2 Greenwood Avenue, Rowley Regis, Worley, West Midlands, B659NL in England. When you write to them, please ensure that you do not put the word radio on the address, just write to PHR. Up until the latest raid, PHR had been announcing a new contact telephone number, which was 021-561-49911. Now we continue with Power 92 FM. Power 92 continues to be heard with daily broadcasts to the West Midlands on 92.10 megahertz FM in stereo. Power 92 has been noted to be missing from the band on a few occasions during the past couple of weeks. The contact address for Power 92 is care of 5-Star Promotions, Western House, Western Road, Edgbaston, Birmingham, B18 in England. Contact telephone number for this station, Power 92, is 0836 758048. Rise FM. Rise FM continues with Sunday evening transmissions to the West Midlands on 104.30 and was heard with a short additional broadcast on Friday the 21st of April. The station usually has a telephone line available during its broadcasts for listener contact. Rise FM, we have no mailing address for that station. Radio Sangam. The Asian music station continues with weekend broadcasts on 89.90, and their broadcast is in stereo to a wide area of Birmingham and the West Midlands. Program announcements are still predominantly in the English language. The station was noted with an additional broadcast on May Day Bank Holiday, that was Monday the 1st of May. Contact address for Radio Sangam is 99 Baker Street, Spark Hill, Birmingham, B11 4RP in England. The contact telephone number for this Asian station is 0836 692 165. Still in the West Midlands, SLR, Skyline Radio. Since the beginning of April, Skyline Radio has been noted on 94.30 megahertz with daily weekday evening transmissions to Wolverhampton in addition to its all-day Saturday and Sunday broadcast schedule. The last known contact address for Skyline Radio is Ruby Red Records, Cleveland Street, Wolverhampton, West Midlands, England. They also have a contact telephone number which is 0836 687 608. Supreme FM. Supreme FM continues with daily broadcast to the West Midlands on 103.60. This was up until Saturday, the 8th of April. Supreme FM had been using and announcing a frequency of 103.70, although some of its jingles did mention 103.60 FM stereo. Contact address for Supreme FM is 44/45 Bullring Centre, Birmingham, B5, England. For several weeks, telephone contact with the station for requests and dedications was via one of the telephone pager services, and it was claimed that requests and dedications could be received in the studio on the Supreme screen within 2 minutes of anyone leaving a message. In the past couple of weeks, Supreme FM has organised itself a normal British Telecom telephone link, which was on 021 558 7337. UK radio. UK continues to be heard broadcasting to Wolverhampton and the Black Country on 105.50 or 105.80, and also 1413 kilohertz medium wave, that's 212 meters, and reported on Sunday the 16th and the 30th of April, and again on May Day bank holiday, Monday the 1st. The station was also relayed on 6.290 kilohertz Saturday afternoon of Sunday the 16th and the 30th of April through the facilities of Radio Orion. UK radio often replays the Swing and Radio England programs aired on 6.298 earlier in the day by Radio Orion. Contact address for UK radio is PO Box 1280, Rednall, Birmingham, B458SQ in England. The mailing address for the relay from, there's two of them, that's the For Freedom's World Service and Swing and Radio England. The mailing address for those relays is PO Box 7, Venus, Texas 76084 in the United States of America. WR, the Hot FM, Wrekin Radio, was heard broadcasting to Shropshire and a wide area of the West Midlands on 97.90. That was on Sunday the 30th of April. The contact address for WR is PO Box 5, Hunstanton, Norfolk, PE 365AU in England. Unidentified stations now to mention. On Sunday the 16th of April, an unidentified station was heard broadcasting continuous music on 1017 kilohertz medium wave. The station closed down with the Fortunes, Caroline. From the choice of frequency, it's quite possible this broadcast had something to do with Sunshine Radio in Ludlow, although to be strictly accurate, we did not hear any positive station identification. Also on Sunday the 16th of April, an Asian music station was heard broadcasting on 106.55 megahertz FM. The name of this station is not known for sure due to the difficulty in following the Asian dialogue. Since Thursday the 27th of April, the station has been heard with daily broadcasts on 105.50 to 105.80 megahertz. Contact address for this station is 316 Ladypool Road, Sparkbrook, Birmingham, B12. This Asian station has a telephone number which is 021 449 0484. Another Asian broadcast was heard on 106 megahertz. That was on Sunday the evening, the 30th of April, which appeared to give the same sort of sounding as the station we just mentioned. At first, the broadcast consisted of continuous pop music, but after a short time, the format changed to Asian music and announcements. The station name sounded Radio Midland. However, this time around, the contact address and telephone number was different from what we heard previously. Contact address for this one was 159 161 Alum Rock Road, Saltley, Birmingham, B8. Their contact telephone number was 021 328 2725. Now, on May Day bank holiday evening, 1st of May, an unidentified station was heard testing briefly on 105.70 megahertz FM. That was at 7:17 p.m. local time. At around about 7:50 p.m. local time, an Asian station opened up its service on this frequency. We still have great difficulty in actually deciphering the station name, even though we have managed to obtain a recording of the station's opening few minutes. The station suffered from numerous transmitter breaks and eventually closed down after about 30 minutes or so. Well, we'll play a bit of that recording to you after this record. Okay? A little bit of the unidentified station, the Asian station from the Birmingham area. Meanwhile, another musical break on the DX program from Radio East Coast Commercial. On Wednesday the 5th of April, during its normal evening programming, the raid was carried out by 2 DTI officers and 2 policemen. Confiscated a transmitter, a compressor and various cassette machines from the studio premises. As is normal practice on these DTI raids, a receipt was given for the confiscated equipment. The contact address for Lothian Sound is believed to be 44 Hawthorne End Gardens, Bonnyrig, Scotland. Enfield, Middlesex now, Cruise FM. This is a new station that's being heard broadcasting on 105.40 megahertz in the Enfield area of Middlesex. We have no contact address for this one. Now to Essex. Inner City Radio continues to broadcast to parts of Essex on 105.60 megahertz. They have a stereo signal. Contact address for Inner City Radio is care of 25 Hale Phil Street, Chelmsford, Essex, England. And finally for this section, still in Essex, it's Stomp FM. They've been heard with several transmissions on 105.40 with a stereo signal. Their contact address is 244 High Road, Shadwell Heath in Essex. Approximately 8 minutes past 1. That is, of course, brilliant summer time. It's the clock's right. Right, now we continue to Glasgow. We go now. Clyde Valley Radio. They can be heard in the Glasgow area of Scotland most evenings between 6:30 and 7:30 p.m. local time on 103.5 FM. The last known contact address for Clyde Valley Radio is care of Ardgowan Hotel or Lonnie, Scotland. Still in the Glasgow area, Glenafar Radio is also heard occasionally on the same frequency of 103.45, but it's not known if there is any connection between the two stations. We have no contact. Transmission on 103.20 megahertz. American Radio Unicorn is Orange Starter, Glasgow, G3, Scotland. Now to Hertfordshire, WGFS, the new station that we heard broadcasting in parts of Hertfordshire on 105.9 megahertz. We have no mailing address for that station in the Hertfordshire area. There's the Hull. Radio Dolphin has been heard recently with test transmissions on 104.90 megahertz in Hull, and Radio Tagarati. They were heard broadcasting to the Hull area on Sunday the 15th of April, at first on 105.10 megahertz, and then later in the evening the station switched up the band to 105.70. Last known contact address to Radio Tagarati is Red Road Promotion. Care of 57 Albany Street, Springbank, Hull, England. Radio Hercules, station that was heard broadcasting on 98 megahertz FM in the Ipswich area on Thursday evening the 13th of April. The programs from Radio Hercules unfortunately then included an undesirable amount of foul language, something which is guaranteed to later DTI interaction. Hercules was scheduled to be on the air again yesterday, Saturday 6th of May, broadcast commencing at 1400 hours BST, till midnight, and this time using the frequency 105.5. We understand they have cleaned up their apartment somewhat. That related to Radio Hercules in the Ipswich area. Now we move to Kent. Underground surrealistic transmission. This is reported to have been or they have been reported to be active again to parts of Kent on 105.10 megahertz. NRX UK's weekly report notes that the station name this time around is being Underground Surrealistic Sound. The contact address is UST, care of PO Box 140, Ashford, Kent, England. Now to Leeds. Rapid FM. They've been heard broadcasting to parts of the Leeds area on 105.10 megahertz. The contact address for Rapid FM in Leeds is care of Park Stores, 187 Spencer Place, Leeds 7. Still in the Leeds area, we have WYEC, West Yorkshire Broadcasting Corporation. They continue to broadcast to the Leeds area of England on 104.60 megahertz. We have no contact address for them. Now to Manchester and Stockport area, Laser 1035 continues to broadcast on 103.50 megahertz to the Manchester area of England. We have no mailing address. Super Fresh FM in the Manchester Stockport area, they can be heard again on 98.30. Their contact address is care of the Abercrombie People's Centre, St Mary Street, Moss Side, Manchester, M155NW in England. WBLS in the Manchester and Stockport area, they can be heard broadcasting on 102.40. Their contact address is Hideaway Youth Project 102/104, Shoreham Walk, Quinney Crescent, Moss Side, Manchester. Now it's out to Mansfield. Laser Hot Hits is a new station that was heard broadcasting with originally for the first time in the Mansfield, North Nottinghamshire area of England on 102.20. That was on Saturday the 25th of March. For a short period, a medium wave outlet on 1611 was also heard from Laser Hot Hits. There is no contact address for that station in Mansfield. Now to Nottingham, Heatwave Community Radio. They continue with daily transmissions to Nottingham on or around the frequency of 105.10. Recent items in Anorak UK's weekly report note that Heatwave Community Radio suffered another TDI raid at 2:15 p.m. on Thursday the 23rd of March and again at around about 10 a.m. on Thursday the 20th of April. On both occasions, the investigating officers took away everything, including transmission and studio equipment. The address for Heatwave Community Radio is 8CR, care of the People's Bakery, Radford Road, Radford, Nottingham, in England. Now out to Oxfordshire. Equinox FM has been heard again with occasional Sunday broadcasts on 105 megahertz and 106.90 to the Oxford and Chipping Norton area of Oxfordshire between 8 p.m. and 11 p.m. local time. The mailing address for Equinox, I believe, is PO Box 5, Hunstanton, but I wouldn't swear to that. VOS, the Voice of South Oxford, is a new station that has been heard broadcasting on 105.10 megahertz since every Sunday between 9 a.m. and 1 p.m. local time in the Wantage and Peacock area. Now to Sheffield, Diamond Radio. They were heard broadcasting on 101.90 megahertz for the first time on Sunday the 9th of April, and now appears to have settled for a Friday, Saturday and Sunday broadcast schedule between 6 p.m. and midnight local time. We have no mailing address for that station, Diamond Radio in Sheffield. Now to Stowmarket, Power 102 was heard on 102.1 megahertz last weekend, the 29th and the 30th of April. That was Power 102 in the Stowmarket area. Now to Yorkshire, KLFM, they continue to broadcast in the York area of England on 98 megahertz. We have no address for that one. Yorkshire, Vulcan FM, they've been heard with a rear transmission on 105.75. At the moment, it's the Yes program from Radio East Coast Commercial. I'll be here every first Sunday in the month, and our broadcast today is only in the 30-meter band on 6.815. Our 26-meter band outlet will be back on the air next Sunday.
Only Anorak UK keeps you up to date. They publish the most frequent report about free radio, the Anorak UK Weekly Report. Offshore, on land, shortwave, longwave, island, and afar. It's all for just 20p a week, which is a lot better deal than the 18p a day the bead charges. For a sample copy, send a self-addressed penned envelope to Anorak UK, Box 539, Blackpool. Hurry up, because radio just keeps on changing every minute. Anorak UK, Box Box 539, Blackpool, England.
You are listening to Radio News.
Well, that brings us now to the final part of Free Radio News on the GX program today. Just about 4 more items, or 3 at least. And it's headed Other News. WJDI. This is a North American free radio station that is planning to carry out shortwave broadcasts to Europe from 2200 hours UTC in the 19-meter shortwave band using 15.045 kilohertz or thereabouts. The transmitter power is said to be in the order of 1,000 to 1,500 watts, and the station claims that this transmitter has cost them to build $4,000. WJDI is normally operational on 1620 kilohertz medium wave. The operators say that if they get sufficient response to the transatlantic test broadcast, then they might be heard with even more shortwave transmissions to Europe. The contact address for this American station is WJDI, PO Box 142, Coat Hill, NY 12419 in the United States of America. I'll give you that address in the phonetic alphabet. The station call sign is WJDI. That's Whiskey Juliet Delta India. The contact address is PO Box 142, Coat Hill. I'll spell that word, all one word, spelled Charlie Oscar Tango Tango Echo Kilo India Lima Lima. Coat Hill, New York 12419 in the United States of America. If you didn't get that address and that information, write to us at RECC, PO Box 5, Hunstanton, Norfolk, PE 365AU, and we'll pass on the address to you. KISS FM, the former London unlicensed radio station, KISS FM, was featured in the Channel 4 television program, The Media Show, broadcast on Sunday evening, the 9th of April, in an item about the applications being received for the London incremental licenses currently being offered and how suddenly big media names have entered the bidding. Another point raised in the program was that of the total inadequacy of the number of station licenses on offer, considering the potential volume of listeners available in London and the variety of musical tastes that are not catered for under the present and proposed radio system. That related to the Channel 4 television program, The Media Show, which was on the air Sunday evening, the 9th of April. 118 Kingfisher Drive, mailing address. We understand that the 118 Kingfisher Drive mail drop is no longer available for contacting free radio stations. This is following a recent DTI and police raid on the premises. We would like to remind all station operators that when they are ordering crystals from radio accessory suppliers, they could be giving away their real-life identities and home addresses. Who knows, the DTI might well have contacts within these companies who would quite openly divulge information on who is buying what. Well, we've come to the end of the GX program, except to say, if you have any news or stories about free radio or the stations operating in your area, then we would be more than pleased to hear from you. As always, our mailing address is RECC, PO Box 5, Hunstanton, Norfolk, PE 365AU in England. Well, we've got to roll the credits now from the program. Our thanks must go to our regular contributors, without whose help our DX program would never get on the air. And they are as follows: Tim Jackson on Merseyside, Gary Hogg and Barry Johnston in Blackpool, Jay Burkett in London, Jack Milner in Halifax, Gary Summers in Coventry, Pete Edwards of Delta Radio, Jack Russell of Weekend Music Radio, John England in Dallas, Texas. And of course the whole thing is collected and compiled by Neil West. And additional thanks go to Anorax UK in Blackpool and also Radio Telex in West Germany for several items borrowed from their excellent publications. We thank all those people who have helped to put the information to our reporter Neil West to compile the DX program on Radio East Coast Commercial. The next DX program will be on the air the first Sunday in the month of June. That's right, let's get it right. The first Sunday in the month of June, the next scheduled DX program from Radio East Coast Commercial. So hopefully you'll be tuning our way for that. At the moment we are on 6.815 kilohertz in the 44 meter band. Next Sunday, in parallel, you should be able to hear us, at least the more distant listeners should be able to hear us on 11.515 in the 26 meter band.